Today we're going on a voyage of discovery. I've chosen to work with Hungry Wolf Visionary Youth Theatre.
Everyone was just really inspired. I think everyone engaged so quickly. We were all theatre students, so we all had this creative route which we could use.
I've brought patients into the clinic. I've got patients to self-tape and stories to tell. And I think that's what's going to stick when they come to interpret what they've learnt and they emotionally engage with some of the real issues.
I wanted to have a child even before I knew I was gay. And then you kind of know you're gay and you're like, well, how am I going to have children? And it's not an option not to have children. In my head, it wasn't. It's like, there must be a way.
I think it's really inspiring hearing from actual, real people who have gone through different processes and dealing with their kind of fertility or their situation with trying to get a surrogate.
Obviously, there's the surrogacy and there's adoption. And I also wanted a newborn baby. And it's very difficult through adoption to have a newborn baby.
So this was our fourth round of IVF, and we knew this was the time. This was our time, and we just had so much positivity.
It was sad because Twin B was dispersing and absorbing, and as sad as that was, we still looked towards a positive to have all the strength.
But it was this time we knew this was going to be our time, and here she is, nearly here.
Trans and LGBT issues weren't discussed whatsoever. There was just zero understanding anywhere. With low self-esteem, I had anxiety issues, depression, and bucket loads of shame. And I just didn't know how to cope. My education is important to me on sex, fertility, LGBTQ+ matters. I would have stored my sperm. I don't have that ability now.
I think fertility in my mind wouldn't even be a thought if I had problems with my identity.
Hungry Wolf Visionary Youth Theatre are a group of creative, open-minded, prepared to try anything, experiment with the different ways we can engage with young people when we deliver fertility education in schools.
We place the eggs and sperm together. You can see the sperm is still moving. This egg tried to get fertilized, but the sperm didn't make it. You see those little machines here? Every one of these has patient's embryos. That's where the embryos grow for usually 5 days. Eggs and sperm, they're stored in a solution called liquid nitrogen. This solution keeps the material frozen at -200 degrees, so it's very, very cold. These are special devices that they hold the eggs or the embryos frozen. So this one belongs to one patient. It has the embryos of a single patient in.
Discarding eggs, how does that happen? Do you just throw them in the bin?
Once they miss the fertilization period, these eggs, they will have to be discarded.
When you pick up a sperm, how long does it take you to actually do that process? Like pick sperm?
But how big is like a sample? Like.
The insight into real life stories and talking to real specialists in their field, I think the future of fertility, of choices, of options, of sex education could be quite different.
So this patient here had 6 out of 6 eggs fertilized. So the embryos now will grow in this machine for 5 days until the embryo transfer.
We focused on egg freezing because it's something that's really popular. It's something that they will be thinking about in their futures. We decided to do a boardroom scenario where they were thinking about how an employer might give it as a benefit.
Things like freezing eggs, yes, it's great, but there's actually no real proof that it works yet. It's only been here for about 9 years.
Why does it be so easy to decide?
What, so quick?
And actually one of the most
moving experiences for me today was watching the young people reading out short statements that had been given by people who had been through cancer treatment and fertility preservation here.
All I knew was that if I got through this, I wanted the chance to have a family.
I don't care about whether I can have children, it's too far in the future. I'm just worried about losing my hair and eyebrows and everyone staring at me.
I know I could only have one go at collecting eggs before starting chemotherapy.
Seeing how that sort of unlocked so much discussion around this issue, it has been quite simply a phenomenal day.
I found out today so much, and I would now kind of maybe know some stuff that I could do.
Cancer patients and people that are terminally ill can still create life after death.
What treatment? Do you get like a discount, or is it like you don't do coupons or something like that?
In terms of the other countries, do you know why it is anonymous?
Is there a way that you can now genetically modify your embryo or your fetus to have like you were saying, like dominant features, so that like your child will have blue eyes?
For like to date someone. And you can say that, yeah, what am I targeting? Like, tall, no, it's exactly the same. And it's human nature.
What's our topic? Modern parenting, surrogacy, donor sperm treatment for gay and lesbian couples. Would you like to focus on one of the videos or someone that you've met today?
But you could do something like that, as if we all wrote like 3 or 4 lines of one person's perspective, and they all fit together.
We talk about a lot about choice. Sex education in school is this is how you have sex, this is how you make a baby, this is how you stop a baby, the end of sex education, done.
It's all about preventing babies.
So modern parenting, alternatives being our title.
Why would a woman who knows me or doesn't know me would want to be a surrogate? Because you're gonna give me the child. We have a good relationship, but it's a gut feeling, I think, more than anything else.
I know I'm not their biological father. I mean, I don't need it sugar-coated like that. But I mean, why now? Why do they suddenly seem so interested in some guy they've never met? I don't usually get upset. I'm not this. But I've raised James since he was born. I saw him walk for the first time. I helped him with his homework. And I taught him how to drive. When will I be enough?
So that was really inspirational and really nice for you to think of and kind of for me to experience. Thank you.
And this friend does need help. She needs someone to carry her baby. Not like carry, but carry as in be pregnant for 9 months and give birth to carry. A surrogate is what I think they call them. She hasn't asked me, but I feel like I need to offer. Like, I have the opportunity to make her biggest dream come true, but I don't know. I just feel bad and selfish and cruel for not wanting to help her.
There's sort of like a somberness about it, obviously, but it was also just so interesting to sort of empathise with that.
I'm a surrogate for my best friend, my lifelong friend. A life for a life.
The whole process changed my mind, my body, it changed my whole entire life. Their bouncing baby boy. My bouncing baby boy.
I became so consumed with preparing to hand over this baby, and I never prepared for having no child to give.
But all this time I've been doing it for her, and for them, not for us.
I think that fertility as a topic should be discussed more in education, because there's a lot of focus on contraception and how to avoid pregnancy, and that's very applicable to our age, but nobody really focuses on what happens when you're older and say you are infertile and what route to take and how you deal with that as an individual. And I think it should just be discussed wider as a topic in education.
Today's been an absolutely overwhelming experience for me.
Over the course of the day, we witnessed 24 young people telling us just how important all these fertility and modern parenting issues are to them. Their engagement with the different emotional and ethical issues in the workshops was really quite extraordinary.
I think the other thing we learnt from today was just how important it is to use real situations.
Real stories make such a difference. When some of the speakers who went up and told their stories were so emotional, you could just see how the kids were coming away with a totally new experience and view on the world. It was amazing.